Hi everyone, Miss Pratt here. So we're going to do another how-to drawing today, and we're going to learn how to draw a face. So what we're going to do today is we're going to start out by learning a little bit about how the face is made up, the shapes it has in it, and then we'll practice drawing eyes, nose, mouth, ears, all those things. We're just going to do an introduction to them. Okay, now this is a project that is more geared towards my older students. If you're pre-K, kindergarten, first, this may not be for you, but you can try. You're more than welcome to try and make your own person, okay? It can be a self-portrait of you, or it can be a picture of someone else. So what we're going to look at really quick, we're going to look at how our face is shaped. So everybody's face is shaped differently. Mine is pretty round. It's not a circle, but it's an oval shape, I would say. And then besides that, we need to look at where things are. So our eyes are almost perfectly even with the tops of our ears. Okay, so that means that they are about halfway down our face. All right, they're not towards the top of our face, they're about even with the center of our face, which seems kind of weird to think about, but they are. Because the thing that most people don't think about is we think that our hairline right here is where our head stops. But if you smush down my curly hair, my head actually stops about an inch above my hairline. Okay, so it's a little bit different than how normally we picture it. So at the center of our face, we have the top of our ears and our eyes. We have our nose below that, our mouth, and our chin. All right, so what we're going to start with is just a piece of paper or a bulletin board if you're a whiteboard if you're me, and a pencil because you probably will mess up some and you'll need to erase. All right, so start with a pencil, and what you need is an oval shape. Now, again, does not have to be perfect. Mine won't be perfect, okay? And actually, I'm going to draw mine bigger so that hopefully you can see it better. All right, so that is a very big face, okay? All right, now what we need to do, now this is essentially just a sketch, which means it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be something that you probably hang on the fridge unless you're just really excited about it. So what we need to do next is we need to divide it in half, okay? So I'm going to do a dash line across the middle of mine, maybe a little bit higher than that. All right, so that's about my halfway line, okay? It's about the halfway line. Now I'm going to do the same from top to bottom. All right, so that's about where the center of my face is. It's right in here, okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to add the eyes. Now, if we remember from our self-portrait and maybe stuff we did over the last year, maybe even with Miss Pease, you know that eyes are kind of football shaped. They're not round. They are shaped kind of like this. Okay? So that's what we need to add. Now, looking at how big my face is, my eyes are going to be pretty good size. Okay, and I need to leave a little bit of room for my nose. There's one eye. Now I have to come to this other side and add the other eye. Now the tricky thing with eyes is getting them to be the same size, and you can see I did not do a good job of that. All right, let's see if that's a little better. A little better. So again, we're doing these at the halfway point because our eyes are lower than we think they are. Okay, they're a lot lower than most people think they are. Now, if you notice, I'm erasing a lot. All right. That's what I mean when I say drawing people is hard. It's very difficult. It's not something that most people are just naturally good at. You have to work at it. I have to practice it. And I'll have to practice it before I teach you guys in class, okay? So we have our eyes. I'm going to erase the lines going through them because we don't need that anymore. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the pupil of my eye. So this is why most people draw eyes that are round, because that is round. If you look in your own eye, it's round. And that's what most people draw when they draw eyes. So we're going to draw that. But if you look at my eyes, you don't see a complete circle. I know I probably shouldn't be this close to the computer screen, but it's the best way to show you all. So you don't see a circle here unless I'm like this and I look a little crazy. So you want to have your eyes normally are like this. and you see part of the circle. Okay, if I look up, you would see more. If I look down, you would see more. Okay, so what you need to do, I'm going to draw in this bigger one so you can see it better. You're going to do a curve here and a curve here. Okay, and that's going to look more like your eye than if you did this. Okay, that would look a little crazy. Then you can go back and add your circle in the middle for the black of your eye. And then later on, you could go through and add the color of your eye. So that's what you need to do, is do your 2 lines on each eye, circle in the middle. So after you have your eyes made, then you want to start working on your nose. So what we're going to do now is we're going to divide this right here. So we're going to go with the bottom half of your face all the way down to the chin. And I'm just doing this so you can see what I'm talking about. So this section right here, we want to divide. Okay? So I'm going to divide it in half. So you can tell your math teacher you're learning about fractions and halves in art class. Okay? And my line's a little crooked, so I'm going to fix it. I'm also going to raise it just a little bit. Alright, so this is about where our nose should be at this halfway point. And then right below it is going to be our mouth. Okay, so our noses, if you look at mine, you really can't see a whole lot of it. Alright, you know it's there. So you can see the dark spots on the side. You can see the dark spots underneath. You can see dark spots on the side of it and below my eyes. But you don't really see a lot about my nose. The only way that we really know it's there is because of shadows and light spots. So normally, you have a light spot on the tip of your nose. You also have dark spots on the sides, below it, and at the corners of your eyes. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do for our nose, I'm going to do it down here so you can see it. We're just going to do a curve, curve, and that's going to be our nostrils. Okay, so it's going to be sitting on this line here. I'll erase this line. Okay, so I've got 2 curves, and I'll move you a little closer so you can see it in just a minute. And then I'm just going to do a line here to kind of show me that that's where my nose runs. Okay. And that line really actually isn't there. It's just kind of a reminder to me. All right. So there's our nose. You could also do a little line down here to show you where your nostrils are. Then your lips are the last thing you have to do on your face. We'll have to add our ears in a little bit. But your lips are kind of tricky. Okay, like I said, drawing people is difficult. So we're going to practice with it. And I'm going to practice over here. So normally I would do a shape like that, almost like a soft curve for the bottom of your lip. And I'm going to have a line that connects the two. Okay. Now your top lip is going to, it kind of bows in the middle. And then it meets on each side. All right. So it's kind of like 2 mountains that meet up. So it's like this indent right here. Okay. So do you see how my lip, it curves up, goes down, curves up, and goes down? That's what most people's lips do. So that's what you want to draw. And if you mess up, it's totally okay. This is just a practice. But the middle is going to meet right here where those 2 lines match up. Just like that. Okay. Now, none of this is perfect. It's all just a practice. We're doing the best we can, and we're going to practice more as we see each other more. Okay? I'm going to erase those lines I don't need. The only lines I'm not going to erase are the ones coming out by my eyes, because I need to know where my ears go to. Okay? erase the other ones. Get them out of the way so they're not distracting. Alright, so our ears, like I said, they are even with our eyes. So they're going to curve up, come down. It's almost on this side, on the left side, it's like a C, okay? On the other side, it's a backwards C. Now, ears are kind of like eyes. They're hard to match up. So look at them, see if you need to go back and fix one. Okay, I might have made it worse. I've got to look at it, okay? So that's what you do to draw a person. Or that's their face. So that's a general idea of how to do it. And then you could go back and, like if you're me, add your curly hair, okay? Or add your straight hair, your short hair, or whatever you have. What we'll do later on is we'll work more on, we'll probably do a lesson on how to draw eyes, do a lesson on how to draw noses, how to draw mouths, and maybe even how to draw ears. And then we'll try and build that up, put it all together again so that you do better and better every time. And then hopefully we'll get to the point where we can start working on how to draw bodies. All right? If you have anything else that you want to learn how to make, or you have ideas for something, or you need help with something, please let me know. I'm more than willing to help.